This is the Marvel Legends series from the upcoming movie from Marvel Studios, Doctor Strange. In the Multiverse of Madness, we have Dr. Stephen Strange. The figure is part of the Rintra Build-A-Figure. Here's the rest of the assortment. I picked up this figure from my local Toys R Us store for 26 bucks. It was the only figure I was actually looking forward to getting out of all these figures. I know I did pick up America Chavez as well, but the others I just skipped on them. Still deciding if this one is the better figure than the one we got for No Way Home. So I'm gonna have to decide which one to keep after this review, or maybe keep both. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But this one is looking to be pretty good. Very excited to show this figure off to you guys. Let's get him out of packaging. I love this figure. This figure is looking to be the best MCU Doctor Strange for the Marvel Legends line. It's got an incredible new sculpt. The head sculpt is fantastic. It's got a brand new cape, some extra set of hands. All it's missing really are artifacts and weapons. It looks to be the most perfect MCU Doctor Strange that Hasbro's ever come up with to date. Let's take a closer look at this amazing figure. So let's begin with some comparisons. Here is the new Doctor Strange with the No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home Doctor Strange, as well as WandaVision, the Scarlet Witch. So it's a good scale, height's just about right. Exactly the same height as the previous figure, but a little taller than Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch. Comparing these two excellent figures, we will notice that this new Doctor Strange from the Multiverse of Madness is a completely new mold. It's a new sculpt. The entire body does not repurpose or reuse any of the parts that the original No Way Home Doctor Strange mold uses. Even the head sculpt, I believe, is different. If you look at the jawline, it's obviously different. The hair sculpt is obviously different. Face will be different. Paint is different. Yep, the tunic is different, and as such, articulation is different. Arms, the hands are different, the boots are different, the legs are different. He's a little skinny with this one. This one, he's got thick padding underneath his robes. So yeah, an entirely new sculpt. The energy manifestation from the hands are repainted. But the new one, I believe, is made of a stronger or a more firm type of plastic. This one is just really pancake, soft, crepe, soft plastic. This one is a little tough. It feels like, this one feels like crepe. This one feels like hardened caramel, or yeah, it just feels really nice cooked sugar type of firmness. Same with this one. This one's pretty soft. This one's a little bit more firm. You will also note that the shade of yellow that they use for the plastic, this one's a little bit brighter. It's a bright orangey plastic. This one is a very dull and muted type of translucent plastic. Okay. Also, the previous figure had gripping hands for maybe weapons or maybe the box that they didn't include. Whereas this new Doctor Strange has the spell casting hands, which actually makes more sense. I'm not sure if we're going to see him wielding some weapons in this new movie, but it does make more sense if he does have these spell casting hands rather than the gripping hands or the weapon gripping hands. Even in the original hands that were on the figure, these pair of hands that the original figure had are just like grabbing hands, whereas this one has a closed fist, so you can see more punch, and the sling ring action fist, or or hands, open up the sling ring. The cape is actually new. I was surprised. I honestly thought they would just repurpose the cape of levitation from the old figure, but they gave us a brand new one, and it actually looks a lot better. And it drapes over the figure without any form of peg or some form of mechanism to attach the cape. It just drapes over the figure, just like that. And he kind of holds it. I mean, even if you move the figure about, the cape doesn't easily fall. You'll obviously fall if you tilt the figure. If you turn it upside down, it will fall. But yeah, even upside down, there's a way to make that cape hang on. So interesting that they've used this kind of design without the peg. And I think, yeah, I think it's a better design. Also, the colors changed. This one is a little bit of a glossy dark red. This one is a lighter matte type of plastic. Let's talk about the figure's articulation very quickly. So the neck is this new neck joint that Hasbro's been doing for Star Wars and Marvel Legends. It's a triple ball joint neck. There's a ball joint on top, and it's a stick. It's a rod that has a ball joint up here and another ball joint where it attaches to the neck. So ball joint up here, ball joint down there, and the neck itself is on a ball joint as it's attached to the on the torso. So you got a ball joint down here, so you can turn that neck so that the Adam's apple follows the position of the jaw or the chin when you articulate that head sculpt. The torso has ratcheting ab crunch as well as a waist swivel. No butterfly joints, but the shoulders can go in and out, forward and backward, a little bit hindered by the shoulder pads. It's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and you will notice there are no more pins. The wrists go in and out and they swivel, same with the other hands that came with it. The hips, the skirt is a little bit tight, the tunic is a little bit tight, so you can't really do the splits, but it is on a ball joint. It's a shame it's not as wide, or does not have the slits like this one has, so you can do a little bit more of a splits with the original figure. But this one you can't. You'll have to stretch that tunic apart, so, pull it apart a little bit more, but it gives in a little bit, but that's as good as it gets. So forward and backward, left and right, in and out. He's got a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and now pinless joints for the knees. Calf swivel? No, I don't think so. I don't want to break the figure. The ankles can go up and down and have the rocker tilt. As far as paint apps goes, absolutely amazing. Hasbro hit it out of the ballpark with this one. It's some bright red paint apps right here. Very nice brass or metallic finish right there for the sling ring, for the belt. There's some highlights on the tunic, actually. Some red highlights here and there. Painted armbands, I should say. Boots, unpainted, but done in this really nice matte leather-ish type of plastic. And then you've got the Eye of Agamotto done in clear plastic. It feels like it's gonna light up, but yeah. So which one's better? At this point in time, let's do sort of a pros and cons on which figure I think or I feel is the better figure, okay? Let's start with the cape. Obviously, the Multiverse of Madness wins. I love this new cape, the gold trim. It's a little lighter. It's a little more like brass than gold. This one's really gold, but I do like how this cape has been molded. It really gives it a better feel. It looks more like the Cape of Levitation than this one. For the magic hands, the ones with the energy manifestation, I love that this is made of harder plastic. Obviously, I feel this is better. But in terms of color, I think this is the better one. It feels like it's glowing. This one just feels like he's carrying he just attached his hand on a serving tray that's made of amber glass. This one just feels like it's glowing. Although this one is a little bit clearer, it's a little more transparent than this one, so I'm still going to say that these are better, despite liking the color of this one more. The extra pair of hands, obviously the magic spell casting hands are better. And onto the figure. Let's talk about that head sculpt. I do prefer this one, the newer one. It looks a lot more like Benedict Cumberbatch face and likeness. I love the way they've painted the eyes. It just has a lot of emotion to it. This one is just a little bit dead. And if you compare the two, this one is really looking a lot more like Doctor Strange. Well, this one, he's kind of leaning towards, I don't know, maybe Hans Gruber. Kind of like an Alan Rickman, Hans Gruber, Die Hard look. I don't know. Let's test it out. See if you can see him falling. Yep, definitely Hans Gruber. So the tunic, this one's nice. This one, it just takes from the first appearance of Doctor Strange in the MCU, the first movie, and then on to Endgame and all that. It gives him that pilgrim look, like he's, I don't know, Batman training with Raj Al Ghul. I don't know. This new costume or outfit is more like how he looked like in the comic book. It's got this design and aesthetic on the front, which kind of mimics what he looked like in the comic books. In the comic books, it was a different color. It was like yellow or red or something like that. This one is very similar in color, like just a two-tone blue. I love the fact that they're trying to make his outfit look more like how he looked like in the comic books. His belt, this one's, the waistband is a little bit big, but it is very accurate. This one, the tassel is smaller or thinner. You've got a more vibrant buckle right here. The sling ring, I think, is painted more beautifully with this new belt, and it's a more slender belt, giving him more room for movement than this one. So yeah, I'm still gonna go with this one. In terms of arm guards, I do like this one better. It's a more modern, updated. It's like he leveled up in his second movie. And finally, the boots. I do like the new boots a lot better. It feels like a sorcerer's boots. Like I would know what a sorcerer's boots would look like. It feels like not your ordinary Wellingtons. It just feels like it's come straight out of the medieval age. And it feels like it's more flexible. It's lighter. Whereas the previous figure's boots, it's like Captain America boots. So I do prefer this new one. And then finally, the Eye of Agamotto. I think that is the only thing that this older figure from the No Way Home movie beats this figure. That's the only part where I think it's as a main selling point, whether to consider over this new figure. Now, having said that, this could be the new norm. I mean, the Eye of Agamotto, he could probably have fastened it or just stuck it on his new tunic or shortened the chain, and now it's stuck there just underneath his neck, and it's probably glowing a lot of the time. So this could be the new norm, but I don't know. This necklace I just think the aesthetic of the necklace just looks really nice on him, and you could put, yeah, it would ruin the whole tunic look, and I can totally see why they've just fastened the Eye of Agamotto dead center on top of his heart. So, okay, I'm gonna go with it. But pros and cons, I still think the No Way Home Eye of Agamotto is better than this one. In my opinion, I think the Multiverse of Madness Doctor Strange wins it. I think it's the far superior Doctor Strange figure that we've had for the MCU. This one is an amazing figure, but I do like the more modern look as the character progresses through his own story. He's like leveled up with this new mold or with this new costume. And so some final thoughts on this new Doctor Strange figure from the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness movie. I love it. I think this is going to be my new MCU Doctor Strange figure for my collection. I'm going to give the figure a 10 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. I cannot wait to see it on screen in the new movie, working together with Scarlet Witch, and who knows, maybe even Loki or Spider-Man or anybody and America Chavez, all that. Just so excited about the upcoming movie. This figure's great. If you want a Doctor Strange in your collection for your MCU shelf, this is an absolute must-have. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of this new Doctor Strange figure from the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness movie. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.